There you are.
We're on?
Yeah.
Hi, Sven.
Okay, so everybody say hi to First Block.
Hi, Sven.
First Block. Okay.
Hey, Sven.
Okay, so Sven has been duly greeted. Now, we are going to be having a graded discussion on this little worksheet. And First Block, I sent you a attachment with the worksheet on it, and you are definitely, most definitely going to want to fill in some answers here, or at least be thinking about it.
I don't see why not.
Okay? Cameron does not see why not. So the first question is, list as many baby lab findings as you can think of. What did the researchers find? Okay, Claire?
They have a sense of justice from
Yes,
the
strong sense of justice. How did we see that? How do you know they had a strong sense of justice? Oh, Chris.
86% of them like the
No, what's going on?
like the stuffed animal that helped open the box.
Yes, they reached for it, right? Okay, so strong sense of justice. What else did we find? Sherman?
They like people who are similar to them.
They like people who are similar. How do we know that?
The graham crackers and Cheerios.
Yeah.
So there's this cat. Oh, so if the cat likes the same type of snack, okay, the cat that doesn't like the same type of snack, they want to see them,
Harmed.
punished.
So let's clarify what she just said. She said two things, okay? She said that number one, they have a strong preference towards individuals that are like them. And she also said what? Not only do they have a strong preference towards individuals who are like them, but what, Ashton?
They want to see the ones who aren't like them harmed.
They want to see it again?
They want to see the ones that aren't like them harmed.
They want to
Not
see the ones that
necessarily.
aren't like them harmed. Cameron says not necessarily. What do you mean by that?
That?
Not necessarily. There's something obviously very profound
I'm just gonna
about
keep it
this.
to myself because I don't want her to make fun of me.
Okay. Who to make fun of you?
I want to talk about it.
All right. What else? What other findings? Yeah, Nick.
How they researched that we were kind of talking about how they would take the bear, for instance, and have a bear closing the box, and then when the babies would choose between the good one and the bad one, they like there was a pretty astonishing percentage that they chose the good bear.
You chose the good bear.
Good job, Mark. Put it off,
Yeah.
please.
Okay, I think did
Chris.
and then Gavin.
Thank you.
Gavin has a thought. Yeah, go ahead.
And then when they were given the choice to choose whether they received more like checker or get your game pieces than their competitor, like at a young age, they would choose less, even if it meant that they got more than their competitor.
Right. And so what does that say about them?
That they're willing to beat, or they're more selfish at a younger age.
They'll take less if it
Eyes to the camera.
means that the other person doesn't get any, right? even if they chose a different option, they get more. If it means the other person doesn't get any, they'll take less. Okay, hand up over here, Karis.
Okay, off of what Gavin said, it was like younger kids, they were more selfish, but then as they got older, they either chose equal amounts of checker pieces, and then when they got older, the older kids would give up their prize or whatever and give it to the other kid. So it was like, as they get older, they learn to be less selfish and more selfless.
So something about aging or culture trains them to be less selfish.
Yeah.
Okay. What other findings? Any other findings? Nikki.
So, okay, so when the whole box opening
Yeah.
the box,
Don't joke.
they like the guy that's opening the box. When
This is weird. This is so weird.
so they like the box opening. Like let's say one guy was like a mean guy and bullied the one dude. And then one guy helped him open the box, and they didn't like that, but they liked the guy that was mean to the mean guy.
Very good, Nick. So that
Very
demonstrates
good,
a
Nick.
strong sense of what?
Severson.
No, it starts with strong sense of something that starts with a J, and it's not Jesus.
Justice.
Justice, okay?
Justice.
So we see that, so here's the things that we see, okay? And you better have these all down, okay? We see a strong preference for people who are good. You should write this down. Goodness. They recognize goodness and prefer goodness. They have a strong sense of justice. Okay, they also have a strong preference toward similar people or people that are like them. And they don't mind seeing people who are not like them, what? Punished or harmed, right? There seems to be more selfishness at a younger age, but as they age, they seem to grow in selflessness and generosity. Okay, so those are all the findings. So the second question I have here is, what are the Darwinian implications? So remember, here are the things that they found. Number one, they're drawn to what's good. Number two, they have a strong sense of justice. Number three, they prefer people or individuals that are like them. Number four, they don't mind if individuals that are like them get punished. And number five, they seem to be selfish as they're younger, and then they learn how to be generous when they're older. So how would a Darwinist, someone who truly believes in natural selection, explain these behaviors? So Susan, I saw your hand, and then I'll go to Claire.
The Nick.
I didn't see your hand. Okay, Claire.
So like the Darwinian implications would be that like, because they like people or items that are similar to them, it's because they see that it's less of a threat because of the shared interests. So it's like a defense mechanism almost, like to see who's less of a threat and who's more of a threat to
So
survive.
if someone is different than you, they might hurt you,
Yeah.
or they might not be good for your survival.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's a Darwinian explanation for preferring the one that's different, and also for not minding if they got harmed. What about the babies that are the fact that the vast majority of these babies are drawn to what's good? What's the Darwinian explanation for that?
DNA.
Natural moral code.
But why is it set that way? The Darwinists would have an answer for that. Gavin,
What?
have your hand up, child.
Oh,
That's such a
That's such a relaxed I got one. I got one.
Aaron's got one.
Because the more good you are, the more you contribute to
The better
the
you
society.
Okay, so
better
goodness is
you are,
good
yeah.
for society. Good
Yes.
job. Right away, Aaron.
Yes.
All right, anybody else? Why else would they be drawn to goodness?
Because.
Yeah, because. Just because.
Okay.
It's so simple.
What about the sense for justice? What would a Darwinist say about the reason that they are such a strong sense?
Because
We have
the
Because oh, I know.
Next.
Okay, Cameron, take a shot.
They see their parents, right? And they're good guys and stuff. But so they look at their parents and they're like, okay, they're nice. So
What if their parents aren't nice?
well,
Why are they
see,
So
that's-
But his parents are nice.
that's the question, you know.
It's okay.
No, not really. The question is, how can we explain the innate The question is, how can we explain the innate sense of justice with Darwinian means? Innate sense of justice with Darwinian. Yes.
I guess people think it's a right thing to eliminate or harm that are not alike them.
Right, but that's not just, right? To harm someone just because they're not like you isn't just. To punish someone that is mean to a good person is just. What is the Darwinian explanation for that?
Okay, but in our book, Crazy Lover, it was like, it said, see, to be nice to people who persecute you. So why are you supposed to do that to people who are mean to you?
Well, okay, what did he just say?
No, you're saying to punish those.
I'm saying that the example of justice, of children being drawn to the character that was just, the character that punished the bad guy, shows that little babies even have an innate sense of what's just. So when we as Christians are supposed to forgive those that persecute us, we are basically modeling our lives after Christ, who died for his enemies because God is just and someone needed to take the punishment.
So it's not a good thing that we want punishment on people.
Well, it just displays our sense of justice. God knows that has to happen. Someone's got to pay the
It's a little bit
price.
selfish. A little bit selfish, Dad.
What's a little bit selfish?
Just wanting to punish someone who doesn't like them.
Not because you don't like them, but because you know that punishment is right because what they did was wrong. Not because you don't like them. That's what you were
I got
saying. That's not just to punish someone just because you don't like them. It's just to punish them if they do something.
Cameron's being liberal.
So like justice is like punishing like a bad guy, you know, and then like let's say you're a criminal and then you like kill that person as a justice, out of justice, but then the society gets rid of a criminal and that's good for the society, and then the society lives on. I don't know.
Okay.
Forever and ever.
Hey, I
That's
think
good.
he's got something there. What he's saying
No,
is
it's
that the way a Darwinist would explain. You guys listening over there?
Probably not.
Okay. You're actually looking at each other and kind of talking. Okay, which means you're not listening. Okay. How a Darwinist would explain it is that if there's a perpetrator, if somebody's being mean, that's definitely not good for the survival of the race. So they need to be punished. Okay? All right.
Oh, now she's got to sit backwards.
All right. So what about the theistic implications? How would a theist explain all this that's happening? I'll tell you what I would think.
What would you think, Miss Kister?
No, not for me. There's the people in here that haven't talked. Nick.
We're all born with like that sense of
Mark.
what's right and what's wrong, and so
Yeah.
we know. And like what happened with the studies is like some of the baby shows, like with that rabbit, how he stole the tennis ball, and then he's trying to lift the box up, but then one of the bears pushed it down
Yeah.
and stopped him from
Yeah.
lifting the box. It's like that sense of just punishment
Yeah.
and that
So
judgment.
we're born with that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, and that God, and why are we born with that? What would a theist say? What would a theist say? Go ahead.
I was gonna say something else. No.
Go ahead. Say what you're gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say they're like selfish because they're born with original sin.
Yes,
No.
yes. So we have an innate sense of
Just get home.
justice, and I want to know why. What would a theist say as to why we have an innate sense of justice and an innate sense of goodness and an innate sense
I
of
know.
Yes, Nick.
Because they want good to happen to them. So we have an innate sense of justice, and nothing bad happens to them.
No.
When we're talking theist, what's a theist?
Oh, we're talking theists.
Yeah.
We naturally have a moral code.
That what?
Moral code. That's what he said. We are born
Just
with.
stop talking.
Shut up.
Why are we born with a moral code? I'm looking for something specific here. I'm trying to push you guys.
Because Jesus.
What would a theist say about why it is that we have a moral code? How did we get a moral code? Why is it that we have a moral code?
Because gave it to us.
Yeah, Cameron.
Because God gave it to us so that if you don't have the law, then you have something to go off of and not just like being
Yeah.
thrown out there. And
Yeah. How is it that everybody that's created has a moral code? Because we are made in the what?
Image of God.
Image of God.
Jesus.
Anybody know what the Latin phrase for that is?
Hoc mic lapic.
That sounds. Yes, say it. Say it for the camera.
Imago Deo.
Yes, I say Imago Dei.